forward for Pasalic. Get a switch for
Reporting to you live here from the Bday / Fort York for the FIFA Fan Festival 2026 here in Toronto. It's live from last week. It's 287. Let's go! Woo!
It had to be shuffled away a little.
Welcome, you my fellow JayWalkers, to another episode of Live From Last Week. Hope last week I served you well. Just a quick shameless plug before we go on. Want you guys to like and share this video and subscribe to the channel. So quickly today, we got a birthday shout out to one of my childhood friends who I remember randomly running into her and her sister at a Blue Jays game a couple years back. This birthday shout out goes out to you, Chrissy. Happy birthday, Chrissy. So starting off this episode with about 5.5 hours of sleep. Absolutely exhausted since yesterday. I only had about 1.5 hours of post-shift napping. Earlier, I was just busy staying in editing Live From Last Week episode 286 videos all day. Before making my way downtown to catch up with a couple of friends that I haven't seen in about half a year since the time that they flew out to Hawaii, both Cyd and Des. Guys, welcome back from Hawaii. Glad you made it back. Going to the Rogers Center to watch the Blue Jays game versus the Astros. Get several $1 hot dogs to eat, as today was Looney Dogs Tuesday. And for the first time since I got one for my mom for Mother's Day a couple years back, convinced Cyd to buy a wine carafe for us, for all of us to enjoy back at our seats. Then in the theme of the FIFA World Cup and doing my Duolingo lesson of the day, unlocking the Bosnia and Herzegovina skin for my avatar. Slowly collecting all the countries' skins and kits while the 2026 World Cup is going on right now. We all headed to the Fort York / Bentway area of Toronto. Meeting up with one of my other friends that I haven't seen since last year, Tamara. Tamara! To check out the watch party at tonight's FIFA Fan Festival, Toronto 2026. So after that fun evening experiencing the 2026 FIFA Fan Festival for the very first time, last night we decided to hit up a place that we've had fun times at and a blast at in the past. Going with both Des and Cyd to Public Gardens, where we had some pretty good food, several more of these drinks, and this highlight of the night of having the cheesiest of cheese sticks that I have ever enjoyed. The next, going home to pass out for about 7 hours last night. I stayed up to edit some Live From Last Week videos pretty much all day since the morning. Took advantage of this Papa John's 50% off all pizzas in June, like I've done in the past. Did my Duolingo lesson of the day, achieving and unlocking the Korea Republic skin. I had also tuned into Team Canada's third 2026 game of the World Cup against Switzerland. Watching it as I was making my way downtown. But unfortunately, having some reception issues and having the stream buffer pretty much 90% of the time. Although being right at the base of the CN Tower. Get to these lineups for the Blue Jays game giveaway of the day, of which was the much anticipated Domer hats. Meet up with the wife to catch some batting practice here at the Dome. Take a quick time lapse of the Rogers Center roof opening up this evening before doing something that I haven't done for the longest time, and that is to go straight from the game to my first of a scheduled 2 night shifts tonight. But guys, before I leave y'all tonight, we just got a quick birthday shout out to the one and only niece who I see on the rare occasion and who I can't wait to play some golf with sometime in the near future. This birthday shout out goes out to you, Aaliyah. Happy birthday, Aaliyah. So quickly today, we got a birthday shout out to the one and only Tito, who I've hung out with several times in the past and whose birthday I celebrated and surprised him for exactly 1 year ago today. This birthday shout out goes out to you, Tito Giliar. Happy birthday, Tito Giliar. So after a rough 4 nurses working type of heavy night shift last night, leaving the hospital almost an hour after my shift was done, I was consoled by the fact that I was able to return the wine carafe that Cyd and Des got for us on Tuesday. Meeting up again with Cyd here in the lobby, as well as be able to take home and wear my new Blue Jays Domer hat giveaway that I got yesterday. But first, walking downtown and getting a glimpse of the famous tourist attraction called the Half House, a place that I've always wanted to come and visit. I was also able to do another post-shift de-stress of making a morning too good to go purchase, but had to go on a little bit of an adventure trying to find this place. Eventually locating this Tim Hortons in a downtown office building. Quickly grabbing my order here. Exiting my Spot Hero reservation right at the stroke of 9 a.m. Getting back to the SUV to reveal what I got. And calmly enjoying several of these breakfast items on my commute home. Then after a nice 4-hour post-shift sleep, pretty much editing Live From Last Week videos since the time I woke up, I'm set to go in for my second night shift in a row, hoping that tonight's night shift won't be as busy as last night. Today, we just have a quick birthday shout out to one of my very talented beach and indoor volleyball friends who I played alongside with during a beach volleyball tournament earlier this year. This birthday shout out goes out to you, Morgan. Happy birthday, Morgan. So coming off yet another busy night shift this morning, But being able to quickly meet up with the cousin Eliza, who was doing a day shift, I made a morning commute to Scarborough to my local giant tiger. Getting a note from Tiffany that there was something special to check out here. Finding some of her favorites in a bin, 2.5 foot tall Labubu stuffies that she's a huge fan of. Taking my time to get a couple of pics in here. Before seeing this rare collector's item of a 2026 World Cup Italy jersey. And finding this Canadian flag car hood cover that I was able to buy and fit on the SUV. Then after coming home to edit some live from last week videos on the laptop while I had World Cup highlights playing on in the background, I was unfortunately unable to actually pass out for a post-shift nap today. So I went on to unlock and achieve this Ghana suit doing my Duolingo lesson of the day. Stayed up watching more World Cup action on the TV while editing my live from last week videos. Then while catching this beautiful sunset to the west this evening, tuned into the 2026 NHL entry draft, where the Toronto Maple Leafs held the #1 overall pick and had lifelong Leafs fan Justin Bieber be the presenter on stage, and announced that Canadian prospect Gavin McKenna was the first pick in this year's draft, of whom, funny enough, was born in Whitehorse, Yukon territories, and walked up to the stage while Bieber's single Yukon was playing as his entrance theme song. So after staying up late last night watching an incredibly epic match between Egypt and Iran, I'd only gotten about 4 hours of sleep last night to get up early to make some breakfast for the wife to come home to after her night shift. Then stayed awake to watch some celebrations of the 50th birthday celebrations of our beloved CN Tower from yesterday, where they even had the crowd sing the famous icon of Toronto a happy birthday. Then after watching some clips of a viral video game that has been filling up our social feeds, one that just has kept us entertained by the name of Mecha Chameleon, just like I was planning last week, it seemed like the Minis fob didn't have enough power to open up the locks, requiring me to do, once again, a quick fob battery replacement. I had finally gotten around to changing the old batteries in the Minis key fob, as well as the batteries in my Apple AirTag to locate them if they ever got lost. Next, going to the place that I previously got the Mini detail that, I went to Auto Lane Detail to get the SUV cleaned up. Went to the local TD to withdraw some money, but saw these long lineups inside the bank, of which I opted to sit around and edit some live from last week videos in the waiting area until the lines had cleared up. Then went back to the SUV with an astonished look on my face to see just how nice and clean the SUV was to come back to. Next up, making my way to the Liberty Village area of Toronto to this Fox & John's location that I haven't been to in a while. We met up once again with Cyd and a couple of her friends here to watch at the bar a World Cup match between Team Ghana and Tamara's team over here, Team Croatia. Next, we headed to the St. Clair and Dufferin area to go to the Rio 40 restaurant to have our very own football hydration break and watch the exciting action of this match with all of these Portuguese fans getting our last bottle of several that we had throughout the night. Watching the last match of the night between Argentina and Jordan. Take an Uber with our Uber driver, Ape. Then take the GO train home from Exhibition Station to wrap up our night. So we'll just start off with a quick birthday shout out to one of my friends from my high school days all the way back to our days at Holy Trinity. This birthday shout out goes out to you, Chrissy. Happy birthday, Chrissy. And we've also got a birthday shout out to the one and only Lola, of whom I visit every single month over the past several years. This birthday shout out goes out to you, Lola V. Happy birthday, Lola V. So coming home to pass out for about 8 hours last night, then getting up to go to the St. Lawrence the Martyr Catholic Parish for Sunday morning Mass. I headed straight to the cemetery to do a quick special birthday visit to my Lola V. Hey Lola, it's JJ coming to visit you for the month of June. And I also just wanted to greet you quickly. A happy birthday. Happy birthday, Lola. Yeah, Lola, continue to guide us and look over us in our everyday lives. Want to let you know we miss you, we love you. Happy birthday once again, Lola. Next, once again, rushing to take advantage of the Papa John's 50% off pizzas in June deal. Also doing a quick pickup at our local Royal Kanji for lunch. Surprising the wife back at the condo with all of this Chinese food. I afterwards, in the theme of doing my Duolingo and unlocking the Tunisia suit yesterday and the Spanish suit earlier today. After being woken up earlier by my boy Ramez, who told me that he had an extra ticket to today's FIFA Fan Festival, I rushed to make my way downtown, doing a couple of sprints over here in a 15-minute run, lining up in these lines that had people go all the way to Fort York Boulevard and Bathurst to attend prior to me going in for my first of 2 night shifts. This FIFA World Cup 2026 round of 32 elimination match between South Africa and our beloved Canadian men's national team, with a Canadian heritage moment at the end of this music video.
Only one step away.
All the highs and lows, all the tears and the pain.
You've been there through it all, been through it all, just do it again. Now you got to believe, I believe, 'cause you know what it takes to be living my dream at the top of your game. Feel it, got everything you need it. Now bring it like you need it, just like you need it. Para, olvida lo que vale, juega como tú sabes, como tú sabes. Vaya, y go, dale, dale,
So after that epic game that I got to watch yesterday afternoon, courtesy of my buddy Ramez getting last minute general admission tickets, and getting interviewed by a Virgin Radio 99.9 FM radio personality that I've listened to on said radio in the past. Guys, check out who we met at the FIFA Fan Festival from Virgin 99.9. Tyler Bow! Go Canada! We won, baby! I made my way to the hospital, but found out that I wasn't working last night, but tonight, Monday night's shift instead. So, convincing a couple of my co-workers, Kate, Loveland, and Gomes, to come out with me after their day shift. Going to the nearby St. Louis Bar and Grill for some post-shift dinner and some drinks out on the patio here. I did yet another SUV carpool featuring Loveland and Gomes once again. Went up to the Midland Finch area of Scarborough to do a quick Too Good To Go order. Going to the tanning tea shop where I picked up this order of coconut and oolong tea drinks. Then went on to surprise the wife back at the condo as she thought I was still working my night shift at the hospital.
What the heck are you doing at home?
Surprise!
What? I was so ready to go like, who are you? Why are you home?
Here you go.
You're here?
I'm not a goose.
Why is it milky?
Then after sharing these surprise treats and having the wife still be in shock of me being back at home, getting in almost 6 hours of sleep last night, I went down to the locker to try to find and search for a couple of my long-lost jerseys that I had in storage for years. Especially with Brazil playing in an elimination game this afternoon. I quickly met up with the neighbor David to drive him to our local No Frills. Then after doing my Duolingo lesson of the day and unlocking the Japan suit kit, put on our beloved Brazil jerseys with me wearing my famous Kaká jersey to watch the round of 32 elimination match between Brazil and Japan at the condo. Then recalling the scarf that I got from the FIFA haircut promotion a couple weeks back, I turned that reversible Canada scarf into the Brazilian scarf, took the GO train to make my way downtown, got to Union Station / Scotiabank Arena concourse to see that they are renovating this area with the new skylight here, and made my way to the 11 restaurant in this area to watch the second half of the Brazil versus Japan elimination match at this nearby bar. And for the second day in a row with a FIFA round of 32 World Cup match ending on a late goal, leaving the Japanese fans sad, but elation coming from all of the Brazilian fans. It's time for me to go in for one single true night shift tonight and wrap up this week's Live From Last Week episode right here. So, if you guys have enjoyed what you've been watching, feel free to follow JayWalkerPOV on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Be sure to like and share this video, subscribe to the channel, and be sure to hit that notifications bell to be notified when new videos from JayWalkerPOV come out. And once again, I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Stay safe and healthy out there, and we'll see you next time on Live From Last Week.